6 years after Queensland police officer Brett Forte was gunned down near Toowoomba, today some vindication for his family. The coroner finding a significant failure of leadership contributed to his death. The scathing findings are recognition of the 6-year fight for answers by Senior Constable Forte's widow and former police partner. Let's go live to Anna Rawlings at the coroner's court. Anna, Brett Forte's family has been waiting a long time for this.
They have, Melissa, and his former partner has described the process as a living hell. The coroner's findings today were scathing, but even more scathing and emotional were the reactions of Senior Constable Brett Forte's widow and former police partner outside court. Two women who say they have been fighting for 6 years to have their voices heard. Hand in hand, linked by loss. The widow and the police partner of Senior Constable Brett Forte vindicated after 6 years.
I respect the State Coroner's findings. I am sad, I am drained. I have not had the chance to even grieve my husband's death, as I feel like I've had to be one step ahead 24/7.
Susie Forte, also a serving police officer, heard her husband's death broadcast on police radio.
Automatic gunfire.
May 29, 2017, he and Senior Constable Kath Nielsen lured to Waller's Road in the Lockyer Valley by Ricky Madison, wanted over serious domestic violence offences. Opening fire on the officers, killing Senior Constable Forte. Madison was then killed after a 20-hour siege. State Coroner Terry Ryan today concluded the situation had all the hallmarks of an ambush, leaving the officers sitting ducks, finding systemic factors may have contributed to his death. Those factors dating back a decade. In 2007, an officer failing to link a Ricky Madison, who was believed to have a machine gun, with Ricky Madison. 10 years later, the lack of an urgent police response to reports of machine gunfire at a property and a failure to properly log the incident. A well-known high-risk offender, Madison had been invading police for at least 2 months. The coroner concluding there was a significant failure of leadership due to the absence of an officer with tactical command when Senior Constables Forte and Nielsen pursued Madison. Coroner Terry Ryan offered his condolences to Susie Forte and expressed his disappointment over how she'd been treated by police for asking questions about the lead-up to her husband's death.
The emotional torture I've been subjected to has been worse than hearing my husband being murdered over the police radio.
Both she and Senior Constable Kath Nielsen had complaints made against them and told a separate 2022 inquiry they were bullied after raising concerns. The coroner today vindicating them, highlighting the findings from last year's inquiry that found they were unfairly targeted.
To hear some of those words and to know that we've been believed and supported, that felt really good. It's
disgusting the way these two women have been treated by the Queensland Police Service. They deserve better.
It is a difficult one because she does feel that way, and I'm very, very sad that she does.
Susie Forte has still never been allowed to read her victim impact statement to a court.
How is this okay to deny a victim their chance to speak? We feel this whole inquest has been a waste of time.
Many issues I asked questions about continue to be swept under the carpet.
Anna Rawlings, 9 News.
The coroner made a number of recommendations to better protect police on the front line. One of the main issues singled out was the lack of a central point of command to coordinate the response to an unfolding incident.
Had the two senior constables known all the details, they might have called off this pursuit into the criminal's trap.
I think what we've seen is a failure to some degree in terms of command and control.
The state coroners made 4 recommendations, the first being that the Darling Downs region needs a district duty officer to lead and manage critical incidents. A position's been trialled for the past year, the coroner recommending it's made permanent.
If you watch the footage of the chase, which is quite confronting, there doesn't seem anyone taking over, just saying to the officers what are they going to do when they actually intercept.
The coroner also recommends the service investigates ways to improve access to reliable information across its IT systems, and that frontline officers are trained in using them. While the two responding officers believed Ricky Madison was armed, they didn't know he had a machine gun. The misfiling of a previous tip-off under Mattison, not Madison, burying a crucial piece of information.
There was certainly good intelligence on on the suspect, but a number of parts of it weren't connected.
The coroner also suggested police improve how reports of shots fired are investigated and documented after bursts of automatic gunfire heard around that property a month earlier were not shared from Gatton Police to officers in Toowoomba.
I would think now that any report of shots fired, of multiple firings, automatic firearms, etc., should now be placed at the highest priority.
Josh Bavis joins us in the studio now. Josh, how have police responded to the controversy?
Well, Melissa, the Police Commissioner hasn't yet had the chance to read the findings in detail and give her response, but the Police Service issued a statement a short time ago saying while it has implemented a number of new measures like trialling the new District Duty Officer position, it will make further changes, but it hasn't yet committed to any of those in particular. The Police Union, though, says it hopes the QPS will improve the reliability of its databases to help keep officers safe. Now that the State Coroner has had his final say, Andrew and Melissa, it's a chance for these changes to be implemented.
Thanks, Josh.